Hey there everyone, Video Game Cabinet here, and tonight we're doing a review of Metal Storm for the NES. I first played Metal Storm 4 years ago and enjoyed it very much, but I was only able to run through it with cheat codes at the time. So this weekend I fired it up again to finally beat the game legitimately. Metal Storm was developed by IREM and released for the NES in 1991. This futuristic action platformer has you playing as a giant robot that can flip gravity upside down. You fire your laser cannon to destroy enemy machines, and you must also toggle your ability to walk on the floor or walk on the ceiling to avoid danger. Many stages move in odd angles, forcing you to mess with gravity in clever ways. The mechanics get the player to think outside the box, making Metal Storm feel like a puzzle to solve as much as it is a giant mech simulator. There are some upgrades to help you along the way. The power beam upgrades your laser's width, the shield force blocks and hurts certain enemies, the gravity fireball turns you into a projectile when you flip upside down, and the armor upgrade allows you to take one extra hit. Metal Storm is a devilishly hard game. Without the minimal armor upgrade, you die in one slight brush from the enemies. The game requires fast hands to dodge the oncoming obstacles and projectiles. I love a good challenge, and Metal Storm pushed me to react quickly and be efficient with every single movement. There are 7 total stages, each with their own unique spin on gravity and side-scrolling. These are not lengthy stages, but you will die many times learning to nail the perfect timing of jumps, gravity switches, and laser shots. Each of the first 6 stages ends in a boss fight, and the 7th stage has you repeat all the boss battles back to back. The final level is actually the easiest, because the game lets you pick up at the same boss you leave off at when you lose all your lives and press continue. If you opt to play the game a second time in a row, you enable expert mode. But one playthrough was enough challenge for me right now. Metal Storm was a tough but very fun game to conquer. The gravity controls and inventive level design gave this robot action game a distinctive play style, creating something truly innovative for its time. The graphics and the music were very solid too. I rate Metal Storm an 8.5 out of 10. And that is my review. Yeah, this one was really good. Like I said, I did play it 4 years ago, and it did place on my list. I did a top 35 favorite games of the third generation last October, and this was on the list, but I looked back at my notes, and I had only beaten it with cheat codes. I mean, this game was really tough, so I wanted to come back to it this weekend and hammer it out legit, no cheat codes, beat it for real, and yeah, it was tough, but a very rewarding experience. Short but sweet. I had a lot of fun with this one. You know, it could be kind of nerve-wracking at times, like making it all the way through a stage, you know, to reach the boss fight with the power-ups that you wanted and all your ducks in a row. You know, that was tough. But yeah, once I got to the final stage, I thought that was going to be like crazy with the boss rush. But no, like when you die, you immediately start fighting that boss again without having to go through a whole obstacle course like before in the game. And if you lose all your lives and press continue, it still starts you back at that last boss fight that you ended off at. So the final level is really easy, and the final boss himself, after the 5 boss rushes, he's like a joke. He's super easy. So but either way, the rest of the game is really challenging, really tight. As far as expert mode, I don't think I'm ready for that. I'm going to get to some other games on my backlog, but as is now, this game is great. Yes, I'm giving it an 8.5, you know, which is about what I thought it was 4 years ago when I last played it, so I'm sticking with that score. A very strong 8.5, you know. But yeah, it's a classic. You know, I didn't hear about this one as a kid. You know, I'm glad to have discovered it now in adulthood, and I'm definitely proud to have this piece in the collection. So yeah, but anyways, that's my review. 8.5 for Metal Storm, and have a good night.